All right, 12:44 and some family fun just touched down in Indy, just in time for the holiday. We're talking about the Champions of Magic Holiday Spectacular. I got to say that, do my hand like that every time I say spectacular. Joining us for a closer look at the event are illusionists Liberty Larson and Fernando Velasco. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thanks for having us.
They're on tour. They're from LA and they're here doing you don't consider yourself magicians. You say illusionists.
Well, you know, if you say illusionist, you can charge a little more. That's how we do it.
Well, that's good. We like the expensive version. That's awesome. So you all have been on tour and you've been taking your illusions around. What do we get from your show?
So Champions of Magic is North America's biggest touring magic show. We're on tour all over North America. You have a lot of pyrotechnics, special effects, grand scale illusions, close-up magic, very intimate. In the middle of the show, it's very interactive. It's festive, so there's a lot of festive surprises. And yeah, we just have a little bit of everything for the entire family.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm sure there are folks sitting at home. They're like, I don't know. Is it for me? Should it be for me? Should it be open-minded? I mean, what do you want to say to them why they should come out? Because it's at the Old National Center at the Murat Theater there.
7:30 tonight.
7:30 tonight. Okay, how wonderful. And then what's your favorite part of the show?
Oh man, I actually love working with the kids in the show. When we get them involved, that's actually my favorite part. Because when you meet them afterwards, you can tell sometimes they just have these huge stars in their eyes about the whole experience. It might have been their first magic show, and maybe they'll be a magician someday. You can kind of sense that
with
some of them. So that's my favorite part.
That's so cool. Okay, she actually brought a trick for us. So let's get into it because I want to make sure we have plenty of time.
Okay, so what I want to do for you is actually the oldest piece of magic on Earth. This is the first magic trick that was ever invented. So this was created in ancient Egypt.
Okay.
And they originally used flax thread. And then it made its way into China, where there was a magician who used the silk from glowworms, and he performed this trick in absolute darkness. And then the secret made its way through Scotland.
Okay.
And France, and England, and all the way into the United States, where a very famous magician taught it to my grandfather, and my grandfather taught it to me when I was a little girl. So this trick has passed through thousands and thousands and thousands of hands.
Okay.
Now, some of what I've just told you about the thread is true, and some of it's not. And that's the thing about magicians, you really can't trust what we say, right? But we might use illusion to reveal reality.
Well, there you go.
Hey.
There you go. Oh my goodness. And she, oh my goodness.
And then,
you were right there.
And
I know, that's the thing. Like, I'm really on top of her watching versus somebody who might be like looking from a different angle. And
or
I mean,
TV, sometimes when you see magic online or on television, you might come up with a million different ways to explain it, but there's nothing like experiencing magic live.
Yeah.
And that's really what you get in this show.
I think it's so
An immersive
cool.
experience.
I mean, how did you all get into this? Because you said that you sometimes have kids that are just so interested and they love it. And so, how long have you all been doing this? How did you get into it yourselves?
I'm from a family of 4 generations of magicians.
Well,
that
there
is
you go.
Not a lie. It's true. So I grew up all around magicians. My family started a club. That's actually how he got into magic.
The Magic Castle in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh my
My dad took me there when I was a little kid, and I just fell in love with magic.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So the show is tonight at the Murat Theater, 7:30,
Yes.
right?
7:30.
Okay. And then how can people get tickets? Is it a ticket
Online on championsofmagic.com, I believe. And there's info as well.
Okay.
Don't miss North America's biggest touring magic show. Guys, we don't come here often. We came here a few years ago, and if you saw us then, the show's completely different this time around.
We have so much new stuff that no
really
one's
get
ever
to
seen
enjoy it.
before.
They got a new show, you guys. There you have it. Liberty and Fernando, thank you for being here.
Thank you.